Hello, friends. So today's word that I wrote on my little chalkboard, if you watched my video on my little challenge I did at the dollar store earlier today, is the word was tribe. And so, I never know in the morning what this word is going to mean. But I've been reading a book. It's a religious book, so but it's pretty good. It's called Wisdom Walks, and it's all about connecting with spirituality. So I don't, as you know, not being a church-going person anymore, I don't necessarily take all of the religious stuff, although I take most of it because I think most of it is really inspired and good. But I like sort of the activities it has, and I think I was drawn to the first sort of chapter once you get into the book, about assembling, what do they call it? They call it, what do they call it? I don't know. I have to find the page. Your dream team. But I think that's like a tribe, and that's people that are around you that are your tribe, like they're your people. And so they have different positions that they call it in the book. So they have the walker, that's you. They have the warrior, people who that are around you that are going to help you, and help sort of get away the bad stuff that's around you. The watchman, who's going to watch out for things that trip you up. And then the workman is someone who has a degree, desire, not a degree, desire to grow in spiritual maturity and live out the faith along with you. So somebody who to do the work with you. So I don't know that I buy into all the sort of religious connotations that are in the book, but I think we do have to have a tribe, right? And so you think about your tribe. Are these the people that you've been friends with your whole life? Is this your family? Is this your neighbors? Are these people the people you work with? Who is your tribe? So if we look at it in terms of the way Wisdom Walks talks about it, you're the person walking. You're the person who is in the center of the tribe, and you are going to play a role in their lives as they play a role in yours. So if they're a warrior for you, you might be a warrior for them. So in our lives, let me go back. There's a concept called soul families, and it requires you to believe in reincarnation. And I don't know that I believe in that. But what it says is that in the spirit realm, we live in the physical realm, the spirit realm, where our energy goes when we die. Remember, Einstein said that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, so our energy has to go somewhere, right? So in the spirit world, our souls are all there, and you have a soul family of people who are connected. And so each iteration of your lifetime, the same souls emerge, but you might be somebody's sister next time, or you might be their lover next time, or maybe you were their brother last time, so these souls, you sort of go into, back into physical bodies to learn new lessons. But in the spirit world, you are connected to a soul family. And so there are different, people that are going to come up in your life. So your mother now might be your daughter next time, but you're all connected. It's the same souls that go through, and then you keep going through until you reach your highest awareness, when you don't have to come back into a physical body to learn lessons anymore. So that's a theory, and I don't know that I believe all that, but I believe God's love is infinite. And I think, one of the things that's in the Gospel of Thomas, one of the things that he wrote down that Jesus said is that, you keep looking to heaven for God, but God is here already. Like, the kingdom of God is here, and we are all of our energy is part of that. So God can do whatever God wants. So is it impossible that this is true? This whole family's? It's not impossible, right? I think we don't know. It explains sometimes why very small children see spirits or remember things from past lives, because they're closer to that life than the life that they're in. I don't know that I don't know that I don't believe it. I don't know that I do believe it. I have to think about it more. But I do think that we have soul connections. And I did look up what a twin flame is. And a twin flame is, somebody that you're connected with. And there's a difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. You're connected in both. And you're connected because they're part of your soul family, right? And so you have different roles. So, we have to think about who's in our tribe and who is in, sort of our close-knit people. Who are the people we really can rely on? So whether you're religious or not, it doesn't matter. You can still have your core group of people, and that core group of people probably changes over time, right? As you grow and mature and as your vibrations rise higher and your awareness of spirit and spiritual things rises higher, maybe the people have to, play musical chairs, or maybe they have to be unseated altogether because they're not rising fast enough with you. So for a person like me who isn't, I have so many acquaintances and friends, I'm friendly and I get along with many, many people, but I tend to keep my circle very, very close of the people that I absolutely trust, what I've called in previous videos my shovel friends, right? People that can call me in the middle of the night, tell me to bring the shovel and lime, and I'm there without asking questions. That circle is super small. And, there are times when I think there are going to be new candidates to make it into that sacred circle. It doesn't always work out. So, when I'm reading this book and I'm thinking like my word today was tribe, I'm like, what is spirit trying to tell me? So, like people I, recently thought like were really in my tribe that I would do anything for, and I thought would do anything for me. Like that didn't work out. So, what is spirit trying to say? And then tonight, a neighbor who I met through like the weirdest way, like our town has like a Facebook page and we post stuff on it. So I played the bagpipes when the soldiers were killed. The 13 soldiers were killed. I played the pipes, just on an impromptu, I was in the middle of my work day. I went down dressed for work. I wasn't kilted up or anything like that. And I played at our very beautiful memorial that we have in Palmerton for people, for veterans and for people of the armed forces. And Colossal Radio, which is an amazing radio, and you should listen to them and to their podcast. They had me come over and interviewed me before I played. And so this guy in town who grew up here and has lived literally all over the world, just an amazing guy. So we met through this Palmerton Facebook page, and like he's Scottish, and we have a lot of the same interests. We see the world the same way. He's a bit younger than me, but it's like instantly, like I felt like a kinship, like a brothership with this guy, and I'm like, that doesn't happen very often. And we post things to each other, we send things to each other, and he lives here in the area, so he came down for a campfire tonight. And not only does he have a bagpiper tattoo that he's had for 15 years, he has an AT tattoo that he's had for a whole lot of time. He's a plumber, and his business is called Appalachian Plumbing. And like we're talking, and it's like, holy smokes, like this guy, definitely is like a soul brother to me. Like we see the world the same way. He actually grew up in the church that I go to on times when I go to the church. Like all of these like little things, and I don't believe in coincidences. I don't. I think that spirit was like, holy smokes, he's going through things in his life. He needs a person in the physical world. You're going through things. I have to say I'm not going through many things. Not good. Thank the Lord, and thank Spirit. Like I'm not going through a lot, but like I don't really have a whole lot of people that I do this kind of spirit stuff with. And I think Spirit was like, you guys need to find each other. You need to find each other in the physical world because you are soul connected. So I'm like that's what tribe meant. Like you're building your tribe. And so when I think about, like my very close friends that I love and love and love, aren't necessarily part of my spiritual dream team, as like the Wisdom Walks books talks about. I definitely think Vicky and Tom at Nazareth House. They're part of, like, they're warriors. They're definitely part of my team. I definitely think my friend Pat is part of my team. I think she and I have a real connection also through spirit. And somebody that I can talk to stuff. And I think Greg, my new friend, I think he's part of it too. It's just amazing how spirit, like, spirit's like, okay, you're out here wandering around alone, you two. You need to find each other. And like, I mean, how weird is that? He has a bagpiper too, and it's big. It's a big bagpiper tattoo. And like, it was just amazing energy, and it was just so refreshing to like talk about the things that you're into without all the judgment that comes with it. Because like some people, they'll listen to you and they'll be like, that's so nice, BRG. That's so nice. And they like, oh, she's a lunatic, she's loony, which fair point. But, it's like, it's so refreshing to have conversations about spiritual things with people who are kind of at the same, like, I don't want to say the same vibration, because I would never insult anybody to think they're at my low vibration, but, that you can talk about the same things. Like we talked about crystals, and we're both kind of like, well, they're pretty, but like, I don't know what they do. And, I'm not quite sold on it because there's really not a lot of scientific evidence that goes with them. Whereas earthing, there's medical, studies that have been done with earthing and stuff like that. So, I mean, we talked about everything. I think we could have talked all night. We had a little hard time keeping up the fire because apparently my skills suck. And I don't have great wood anymore. I used to have great wood, but I have like the neighbor's old, like crappy wood that was in his yard before he got evicted. So it was just a really good night, and it really made me think, like, this is what tribe means. It's like finding people. I'm not drawn to people who are really, I don't want to say, this sounds judgmental and I don't mean it to be, but people who are way far out, like, I don't understand what they're talking about because I don't know a lot of the vocabulary. I'm very new to this kind of thing. And I also don't blindly believe all tarot card readings. I don't blindly believe even my own runestone readings, right? I think of them as like meditation helpers for helping in prayer and meditation, but I don't necessarily buy into the new age culture, if that makes sense. Even though if you looked at my house, if you walked in my kitchen, you would think I was probably somebody who was new age. I listen to a lot of new age sort of meditation music while I'm working and, while I'm just sitting and writing. So, but I don't really, I'm not on that level. I'm not on that level yet. So maybe one day I will be, and I'll have 45 cats and crystals hanging all over the walls. Maybe that will happen. I'm starting. I have back here with the clock, I put some crystals just because I don't have anywhere to put my necklaces. So it's interesting who you think would have been part of your tribe. If you would have asked me a year ago who I would have thought was going to be in my tribe, that isn't who's in my tribe, right? But I shouldn't say they're not in my tribe, but they're not in this wisdom walks kind of like inner circle, because it doesn't. The one thing I learned is it doesn't necessarily align with the shovel principle, right? I would shovel for quite a few people who aren't in this inner spiritual circle, and I don't know some of these folks well enough to shovel principle for them. So I think it's a separate thing entirely, right? So, but this, this dream team of people who you can speak about spiritual things, I think, you really want to carefully pick them. And I think spirit sends them to you, as is the case with Greg. I think, spirit was like, you two need to meet and you need to like be buddies. And I definitely have this like sister connection to him. It was great. It was just great. And, what a great way for spirit to kind of like, knock on my heart and say like, you're not alone out here. You're not the only one. And for Greg too, because I think, it's hard for him too. Like it's hard to talk about this stuff with people who, don't believe it. A lot of people make fun of me, kindly, but my entire family, like my son got a whetstone, and he ordered it on Amazon on Prime Day. He's like, Mom, there's a stone coming. Don't put it with all your other rocks. It's mine. And I'm like, and I take it with good fun, and it's meant in good spirit. But like, if I really want to talk about crystals, like, like, I can talk to Pat, I can talk to Greg, I can ask religious questions to Vicky and Tom. So like I have this core little group of people, where I can actually speak about spiritual things. So who is your dream team? Who's your tribe? Who's your dream team? Who are your shovel people? And really think about who those people might be, because I'm surprised by who the tribe, and I'm surprised by who's not included in the tribe. And it's not people that I've kicked out. It's people who have self-selected and said, I'm out. And you don't know why, or you might guess why, but you don't really know why. So so like, who's your dream team? So I leave you with light and love and wish you all the very best. Have a great day and be well. I'll see you next time.